This was a long time ago, but I remember on my PPL flight test, the examiner and I were doing the walk around, and he was quizzing me on random stuff. Then he goes, "Hey Mario, do you know which instrument is connected to both the pitot tube and the static port?" After a long pause, I answered, "Airspeed indicator?" And it was painfully obvious I was taking a total shot in the dark. Anyway, he said, "That's right. Do you know why that is?" And I replied, "Yes, I do know why that is." And I just left it at that. He gave me this sideways look and laughed, and said, "All right, Mario, let's go flying." On that note, let's look at the pitot-static system. First, let's talk about pressure. Static pressure is simply the pressure of still air, the atmosphere just sitting there. Dynamic pressure is the pressure created by movement, air being forced to pile up as you move through it. Total pressure is the combination of both static pressure and dynamic pressure. The static port measures static pressure. The pitot tube measures total pressure. There are three pitot-static system instruments: the airspeed indicator, altimeter, and vertical speed indicator. The airspeed indicator is the only one connected to both the pitot tube and the static port. It measures the difference between total pressure and static pressure, which gives dynamic pressure, and we interpret that as airspeed. The altimeter uses the static port only. It's basically giving you a direct reading of static pressure, which we interpret as altitude. The vertical speed indicator also uses the static port only. Inside the instrument, it compares the static pressure to a calibrated leak of that same static pressure. The slight delay created by that leak is used to measure how quickly the pressure is changing, which we read as climb or descent rate. Anyway, long story short, I ended up passing my PPL flight test on my first go. The examiner clearly took mercy on me. But if you're interested in becoming a flight instrument ninja, check out my course, hosted on Udemy, linked in the description. Bookmark it if you're interested. Udemy's always running sales, and you might be able to snag it for dirt cheap. Alright, that is it. Stay safe, stay calm. Talk to you later.